Okay, so by convention in 3 dimension, we call this one that's sticking out to the front, x, across y, and the one that's going up, z. Okay, so which will make this vector here, okay, this vector like that, it'll make that I. This will be j, and this will be, we call that k. So that right there is I, and we mean 1, 0, 0. Right there, j, we mean 0, 1, 0. Right there, k, and we mean that to be 0, 0, 1. So with that, we can represent any 3-dimensional vectors. Okay. So if you have a vector that's coming out here like this, and that's really tricky to visualize. Where is it going? Is it going behind or front? Like, we don't really know, right? Here's how you clarify the picture. Okay, so see this line here, the x-axis. You draw a very parallel line to that. Okay, so let's make it parallel. And here, it's got to be parallel to the y-axis. This line up has to be parallel to the z-axis. And you can see, if I draw one up here too, this one also parallel to the x-axis. Do you see how it's kind of coming towards us? Where this is the base of the box. So it's like a diagonal in a box, 3-dimensional box. That's the base, and it's at this corner. Okay, from the origin. So how would you find the length of that? Let's make this dimension. Let's give it some dimension. Let's make that dimension here 7. This one 6, and this height 7. That'll make this vector. Let's call it A. Right? 7, 6, 7. Right? And the magnitude of 3-dimensional vector. Right? How do you guys find the diagonal length of in a box? You first find this length, which is by Pythagorean theorem. This one here is going to be 6 squared plus 7 squared, right? And then you gotta look at this diagonal triangle, right? So you have 6 squared plus 7 squared is this one squared plus this one squared. So the magnitude of A is going to be 6 squared, 7 squared plus 7 squared, all square rooted. It's just the 3 edges of the box squared. Very simple. What does that give you? Okay, so that's how you find the magnitude. Now, the 3-dimensional vectors have 3 directions that you have to give. You have to give one direction. Okay, look, this is going to be a bit tricky. You have to give one direction towards from the x-axis. We call this alpha. Okay, we have to give another direction towards the y. We call that beta. Okay, and then the last one towards the z-axis, we call that gamma. So there's 3 directions you have to give. Okay.